Okay, these are the April 2022 Triple Triad Power Rankings on TTA. What happened this month? We started Triad Wars 14. The first round is finished. I'm recording this on April 27th, so there are some days left in the month. I know that, the Dalial Seto match is approaching quickly. There are very big games that haven't been played. I'm going to give more credit in future months, so it doesn't make that much difference here that some rounds have been played and some haven't. We have reached, for some players, the quarterfinals. Some players are still playing their game to get there. I will be giving credit in next month to players that make the quarters or semis or finals or win it. It probably won't end next month. But for this month, I'm going to be giving less credit, and May and June will receive a lot more. It's more going to be a tiebreaker between people with similar resumes otherwise. We've reached the three-way finals of Piggy Man's Proving Grounds. I thought that was a really interesting tournament. It has been a really interesting tournament. It is a match where you play an open hand game and a closed random game. And we have our three finalists, and they've all played great to get there, and we will be giving according credit. We also have had 4 GBs this month. GB 30 has not finished yet, and I am not including it here. I will include it next month. And Chat Tournament 20 finished, and 21 is, as I say this, currently in the finals. It may have finished. I will try to give some credit to whoever wins it to next month, but we'll credit both finalists with a decent chance to have won it. All right, what else we got? We got our rankings. All right, so here's our 10 players. First, in 10th, we have a debut performance. Nemesis Divina hasn't played too many events, has played kind of the major ones and occasional other ones, but they joined Piggy Man's Proving Grounds, and they are in the finals. I should bring up their run so I can, talk about how people got here. One moment. Bracket. So they beat Tezuka, Blizzard, Wavy. That's obviously an impressive bracket, but I think a more impressive bracket once you consider that this is open and closed, because these are good open players who are also all really good closed players, right? These are players who you'd expect to be really strong in a tournament of this kind of format. So great run by Nemesis Divina, and yeah. In 9th, we have Sakaya. They have had a bunch of good months, and this is their second appearance on the power rankings, second consecutively, I think. And they grabbed a second place finish in a GB and won their first round of Triad Wars 14, advancing to round 2. I think they're playing Tezuka there. That's going to be a very tough match, but have advanced, are still alive in Triad Wars, and had a very good run in a GB, and have just, there's the occasional bad GB for them, but they seem to really reliably be putting up 100 plus scores now, which is excellent. In 8th, we have Piggy Man, and often well over 100, I should say. In 8th, we have Piggy Man. This is Piggy's third time on the list. He is in the quarterfinals of Triad Wars. He's played both his rounds and won both. He also had not played a weekly open since number 2, and then he played number 21 or so. And he came second, eventually losing in the finals to Akiyama. A very well played and long match. He earns 8th place. In 7th place, we got Soul Message. Soul Message played their first GB, and Soul Message won their first GB. They also now currently have the highest average performance of anyone in GBs, having played one and won their only one. I assume as time passes, Dalial will regain his role. He has, for almost the entirety of GB history, been the highest average performer, and over any decent-sized sample, I think he will return to that. But this is an incredible start from Soul Message. Not a player I'm familiar with, but just fantastic showing, and I'm very curious to see what they're going to be able to keep doing. In 6th, we have Lewin, who also won a GB, but Soul Message won it with 114, which is a great winning score, but Lewin won it with 118, which, if not for Yevon's 121 point run just shattering every record, I believe 118 was the record until then. And so he, is tied for the second best result in a GB ever. Just awesome showing. It's his first time making the ranks. Congrats, and he comes 6th. That means we have 3 people in this ranking that have never made the rankings before. And all of them coming in with a superb showing, right? Lewin's 118 is one of the best GB runs ever. Soul Message winning their first GB is amazing. And Nemesis Divina has been steadily good, just not playing enough to make most of these lists, but has had such a good run in Piggyman's Proving Grounds, they made the list here. So 3 new players on the list, and all of them with really nice showings. None of them kind of like sneaking in. In 5th, we have Zoom. Zoom ties his best finish yet at 5th place. Zoom came 2nd in a GB, 4th in another GB, made the semifinals of Piggyman's Proving Grounds, including beating me in round 1, and has just all in all had like a really nice month. Beat Breton too, who I think is also tough in this format. Yeah, just very good, solid month from Zoom. And no titles, but 3 really deep runs is worth a lot. In 4th, we have Delial. Delial continues to have never come below 4th on this list. No one else has made every top 10, and he has made every single top 4. So he just put up results. He didn't even play the weekly opens this week. He took an off on those. Took some time off on those. He's still in Triad Wars, though the match with Seto has yet to be played. And if there's any match in Triple Triad history that feels more like a coin flip, I don't know what it is. That could certainly go either way. Last time it was filled with drama. We'll see what happens this time. So he came 3rd in 3 GBs. So that's, he played, I think there were 4 GBs. I think he played all, he definitely played all of them. I think Turds, Deli, and Yevon are the players to have played every GB. And, he made top 3 in 3 out of 4, which is nuts. And yet, somehow, this is an off month for him. I kind of thought it would be funny to put him 3rd for the 3 third places. I just thought that would line up really well. But I think our top 3 earned their spots above him this month. In 3rd, we have Sir Smokes, who is rather great. Smokes has been a lot more active. I would like to give myself credit for this, because I said it's really nice if people could try to play like 2 events a month, right? Like a GB, a weekly open, sign up for one of the bigger tournaments like a major, like Piggyman's Proving Grounds or Yevon's Champions League. Just try to play like a couple events a month. Play one, but try to play at least that amount. Because whether or not you're super enthused about the site at the moment, at some point you will be, and you'll want it to be there. And the more we can all chip in to make sure it'll be there for everyone else, and also for ourselves when we need it to be there, when we're really hyped for it, because we'll all go in and out of excitement about the game, is really wonderful. And he upped his activity after that, and he is rather great and has come 3rd with his highest result yet. I think he does come out ahead of Delial and Zoom. He made the finals of Piggyman's Proving Grounds. He's one of the 3 finalists. Nemesis Divina is one of the others. The other we will get to. Much like Zoom, he beat me in a tournament. In Weekly 22, he's now in the finals of. He came 3rd in a GB and is also still alive in Triad Wars. And so this was a kind of full resume that, where Deli has 3 third places, he has a 3rd place. He replaces one of them with the finals in a weekly and the other with the finals of Piggyman's Proving Grounds. I thought that was enough to put him clearly in 3rd. And I'm excited to see how he does as he continues to be more active and just have fun getting in games between baking pies. Top 2. I think it's close. So first of all, Akiyama has come 2nd 3 times, but has never been my pick for Player of the Month. This is highly controversial, which is to say I have never gotten any comments about it, but it feels a little controversial. He's been very close many times, and I've not quite thought he was the Player of the Month. This month, he won a weekly. He's in the finals of the other. He may have swept this month's weekly opens. I don't know, because it hasn't finished yet. He won a GB and grabbed 2 more top 4 finishes. He's still alive in Triad Wars. That's a very complete resume. Very compelling resume for Player of the Month. Turds, on the other hand, also has a GB. He has a win. He has a 2nd and a 4th to go with it, so slightly better. He's alive in Triad Wars. He doesn't have the weekly results, but we have the question. Do we value Akiyama's weekly win and a finals, possibly another win in another weekly, or being one of the 3 finalists in Piggy's Proving Grounds? I think this is an open question. The weekly opens are, 3-round affairs. So Akiyama is 5-0 this month in the weekly. Turds is 3-0 in Piggy Man's Proving Grounds. Who has he beaten? He's beaten Sergio, CK, and Doomtrain. So Akiyama, I think, has faced tougher competition and has more wins. But Proving Grounds has a bigger prize fund. Like, obviously, players were putting more into it, I think. And also has more games per round. So I think it can go either way. But I think it's Akiyama. He also retook the top spot on my random rating ELO, passing Delial for the highest performing player in randoms. And yeah, I think it's got to be Akiyama. He gets his first place showing, and Turds get second for the second month in a row, last time behind Delial, this time behind Akiyama. This also breaks Delial's streak of like 3 months in a row or something, where he was my player of the month. We can actually find that. Give me a moment. I'm going to black screen you for a moment so that stuff I don't want to show doesn't show up. How to do this? I can pause the recording and unpause it. Very smart. Okay. And we unpause. Yeah. And we have my monthly leaderboards from the very first month of October 2021. And if we come over, we can see Delial. No, that's not right. Akiyama. I was so committed to typing Delial, I must have typed him again. So breaking a 2-month streak, Delial is the only person to have won consecutive Players of the Month. He's the only player to have won 3 Players of the Month. Akiyama, however, takes his first and has probably been the second best overall person in these rankings, though Turds is way up there. And as we can see from the players of the fourth quarter of 2021 and the first quarter of 2022, Delial, Turds, and Akiyama have been just tremendous players. I also was going to release a Triad Wars 14 preview and never did, so I would like to briefly talk about that, because I was sort of thinking about who can move their spots on various leaderboards based on their results in Triad Wars. So for instance, if we look at the most wins category, Delial is going to stay with the most total wins. He's comfortably ahead here with 108, but I can move up a bit. I'm kind of hyped about that. I feel like I should have more tournament wins than Vid and Nightwish, and once this tournament is input, I will pass them, and maybe Cookie as well. Turds can also move up if he has a deep run. Smokes has already won a game, so we'll pass MC. We'll see who's ahead between Smokes and Turds at the end. Who else is around that might be interesting? Metis could break into the 40 club, except Metis did lose round 1, so can't. Piggy Man has already won 2 games, so is caught up to Siphon the Patriot. Maybe we'll make moves towards 40. Yevon has a chance to move up a bunch. Akiyama has a chance to break into the 30 club. Bunch of interesting spots here. For most championships, if Delial wins, he ties Yojimbo for the most championships ever. If I win, I catch up to Delial in second, and if Seto wins, he catches up to me in third. Moving down the list a little, like Sir Smokes has a chance to win his second tournament. Akiyama has a chance to win his second tournament. And of course, a number of great players have a chance to win their first, of which Piggy Man is certainly preeminent. For finals, Yojimbo is pretty far ahead in first for most finals, but Seto, myself, and Delial are certainly competing for who's in that next spot. Note, Delial has a whole bunch of championships, but not near as many finals, and that's because Delial has won every single finals he's been in, which is pretty incredible. And I compared him to Michael Jordan due to that record in my video about him being the GOAT. Turds or Smokes could make their 4th. Akiyama could make his 4th. Metis is out. Yeah, okay. Semifinals. Anything interesting that can happen here? Delial or I could catch up to Seto. Smokes could catch up to Delial or I. Smokes really high on these leaderboards. Turds could join the /MC Koner Vid tier. Feel free to, end watching the video if this is not interesting to you. Akiyama could move to 5, which would put him sole 16th. Piggyman could reach 4. Tezuka could reach 4. I think neither Piggyman nor Tezuka has ever made a finals, but they are certainly two of the best players to have not won a tournament. And I'd love to see either of them play a final someday. And certainly, easily both could. Aesla could make their 3rd. No, Aesla went out to Seto, my bad. For most icons, if Delial beats Seto it's Wednesday, they're playing, I think, Friday. If he beats him on Friday, he will move to most single-player icons of all time, passing Yojimbo. And that would be really cool to see. You'll notice after those first 3, there's just this enormous gap, right? No one is remotely close. No one's breaking into that top 3 within the next year or 2. Smokes or Seto could move into clear 4th, though. That might be fun to see. Turd's pretty high here once again. Sorry about that scroll. Tezuka could move into clear 15th, ahead of players like Great Sephiroth, Sujiro, and Kaus Debonair. Piggyman could catch up to that group. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the same names. Akiyama could reach 6. Doomtrain. Is Doomtrain still in? I don't remember. If he is, Doomtrain could move up to 7. Doomtrain. A lot of icons. Right, doesn't look like too much else happening there. I don't think anything super exciting over here is going on. I could move into clear 1st for most special edition and TW's one combined. That would be something nice for me, but yeah, I'm pretty unlikely to win. Who has the most wins in TWs? Seto has the lead. Will Seto keep the lead? Delial with a chance to catch up. Looks like I'm pretty far behind. Turds could move into the top 6 with a good run if he makes the finals. Anything else here? CCR is not relevant. Activity wins. Sir Smoke's the all-time leader. Will he be able to grab another activity win here? Finals win rate, you'll notice 2 finals minimum. So a bunch of people have like 100% because Cookie and Koner and Broccoli have all won both of their finals. So, these are a bunch of 2 out of 2s. And Delial's is 6 out of 6, which, obviously these are all 100%, but should be so much higher. Great Sephiroth, 3 out of 4. I'm 5 out of 7. Doc's 2 out of 3. Kazi's 2 out of 3. Vid's 2 out of 3. Turds is 2 out of 3. Yojimbo's, 7 out of 13. Made so many finals. Such an impressive achievement. I broke up rounds, win rates in the icon rounds, meaning quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals over here from win rates in the early rounds, because I thought might be interesting to see, my theory was that Koner would have a higher win rate in the early rounds than the later rounds, because Koner was so tremendous at earning icons, but often ended up losing in the quarterfinals. I don't think that's really the case, though. Wait, what? Okay, so 43% in icon rounds. And in the early rounds, 67%. But that's a similar rank all time, so maybe it's not as different as I think, because everyone's win rate's going to go down hugely in icon rounds, because you're mostly playing other people on this list and only one of you can win. So actually, despite being 25% different, that's pretty similar looking. That's really interesting. Okay. Title matches aren't relevant. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I was just wondering, what historical records can be set. Delial might really start running away for most wins ever. He already has a lead of 5. That's a lot of wins to catch up. That's an entire, title's worth of wins, right? If you win an event now, that's just 5 wins. So it looks pretty unlikely anyone can ever pass Delial there. Anyways, just thought I'd look through some of the categories. That was this month's power rankings. I'll try to. I think there's a link somewhere around there for these leaderboards. But if you want to look at them yourself, they're publicly available, and I'll give you the link. Yeah, guess that's it.